Davide's some boy with his one-liners.
Yeah.
I can't.
What you guys don't see is when, there's a bit of downtime in the villa and when Davide's maybe talking to the staff, and he's just so cool. When he's asking for a cigarette, Gallery, can I go for a cigarette? He's just so cool.
Right, guys, this week we've got an extra special episode of Under the Duvet with an extra special guest, with somebody who can't make it into the studio because they're in Mallorca.
In Mallorca?
Jay, what is going on, mate?
Yeah, hey guys. Yeah, that's right. I am flying back to Mallorca next week. So yeah, let's see what happens. Should be fun.
What does this mean?
Jay, you can't leave us with a bomb like that.
Yeah, it's exciting. Just lots going on. But yeah, I'm just really appreciate all the support I've had so far, and yeah, looking forward to seeing what happens.
Oh, well, we're really excited to see what happens in Mallorca.
My mind is blown.
So are you gutted? Because obviously you left before Jax, and there could have been a perfect opportunity for you and Paige to kind of get a bit more time together.
I felt like my time in the villa I hit it so hard at the start, and then the momentum kind of faded a bit just with the whole Ekin and then the switch to Paige. Yeah, it would have been a good opportunity to probably put a little bit more pressure on Paige at the time, but at the same time, you've got to be aware that Paige still had genuine feelings for Jack, so it's not going to fade overnight, and it would be a difficult situation to be in. It might have felt a bit forced.
Yeah, it needs to give it time and that. So are you surprised that Jax left then, mate?
I am actually surprised that Jax left, if I'm being honest. I thought what him and Paige had was I'm not saying it wasn't genuine, of course it was genuine, but I thought maybe he would have been there for Paige, and they were really starting to blossom, and feelings were developing, and I thought that would have been the moment to really stick together, especially when a new bombshell walks through the door, which is Adam.
Talking of Adam, do you think you would have got on with Adam? Because you guys, similar heights, similar vibes,
Gym
similar
bros.
hair.
Gotta be gym bros.
Yeah, I've actually I've done a few competitions with Adam on before we both went into the villa. So I've met him a few times, and he's a really good guy. So I think I would have got on with him well. Yeah.
And a little birdie told me that you also would have liked to probably have a bit more time with Jack, because aren't you guys family friends with the Keatings?
Yeah, so I think my dad and Ronan are very good pals, and I never made the connection when I saw Jax when he came back from Casa. So we just introduced ourselves to each other. It was only when he left, Joshy, Billy, and Deji said, "Oh, it's Ronan's son," and I was like, "Oh, I would have sang a little Ronan snippet for him. Life is a roller coaster."
Do you know what? We've coined a new one, haven't we? On the show last week. Love is a roller coaster.
But it isn't there, I'll tell you that.
It's coming.
I think so.
So give us your honest opinion, mate, on how the boys handled Casa and Moore, because obviously there was a few people that were respectful in there, i.e. Luca and so on and so forth.
And you.
And yourself, obviously. What do you think about how, the other boys comported themselves?
To be fair, I was actually a bit surprised that the first night. It took me a bit by surprise, and I think we actually completed Casa and Moore within the first night. I think the damage was done. I think the boys got the memo. They did what they had to do, and it was done in the first night. And I was surprised at how quickly they moved. Honestly, for me, the biggest shock was Dami and Summer. I didn't see that one moving so quickly. And then also, Jax and Cheyenne, I didn't see that one moving fast.
It's mad how Dami didn't see that coming, because obviously he's a clairvoyant.
Yeah. Right, he is a clairvoyant. And also, we were a bit sad, weren't we? Because we loved Dami. But now Dami and India are back together. Do you think that's one for the long haul?
I do. I think Dami does really like India, and I can see India likes Dami, so... I love Deji too, so it puts Deji in a bit of a rock and a hard place. He'll be in that dead zone like I fell into.
Yeah, the dead zone.
He needs a new girl, doesn't he? He needs a new girl.
But all the boys and all the girls from Casa, they've just got back with their respective girls and boys. What do you think's gone on there then?
I think it was probably quite predictable, if I'm being honest. I did foresee a lot of that, to retain, back to where they came from, in terms of the original couples. But I think because the feelings weren't quite established as they were when they re-saw each other again, I think that's when they really started to develop, and I think that's what happened.
Jay's the real clairvoyant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously. Big fans of Ekin-Su and Davide. Obviously, you had your time with Ekin-Su, but do you feel like their relationship is real? Could it go the whole hog?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I really do. I really like Davide and Ekin. They're such good people, and I do feel like it's a genuine relationship there, and I'm happy for them. I really hope they can hold on, whether they stay in the Villa and go all the way, or whether they go out together. Like I really hope that they do make it.
Do you think that they both deserve an Oscar after their performances in the Villa, or at least a BAFTA or something?
Yeah, Davide's some boy with his one-liners.
I can't.
He's excellent.
Oh, he's
Do you
iconic.
reckon he's got like a stockpile of them, and he's
Yes.
just like.
But what you guys don't see is when there's a bit of downtime in the Villa, and when Davide's maybe talking to the staff, and he's just so cool. When he's asking for a cigarette, gallery, can I go for a cigarette? He's just so cool.
He's so cool, and also I feel like when he comes out, there's an immediate book deal of all of his one-liners.
Absolutely.
You're faker than a Louis Vuitton bag from China. I mean, I can't with him. But like, obviously, Jay, you have one-on-one experience with Ekin-Su. What is it like dating Ekin-Su?
What a great way to put that, one-on-one.
Yeah.
On all fours.
One-on-one. Oh yeah, I wasn't though. I wasn't stuck walking. Yeah, I wasn't crawling. Ekin's a really good girl. She's really bright. Obviously, she's very attractive. And honestly, any guy with Ekin's going to be lucky. She's a great girl. And if Davide and her are meant to be, I'm very happy for them because she's really cool.
Do you think you could have gone long term with Ekin if the opportunity had arisen?
I think Ekin and I maybe could have lasted a bit longer. Maybe on the outside, if things weren't moving as fast as they do in there. But in there, you've got to be genuine, you've got to be true to yourself. And if you feel like you're going to get on better with someone, you can't hide that. And I think that's what I had to do in there. And, that's why I went with my feelings on Paige. And I felt that if I stayed with Ekin in the Villa, we probably drifted anyway, but it might have just dragged out a lot longer than it did.
When you came in, you had a lot to say about Tasha. Do you think she and Andrew will last on the outside?
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yes, elaborate.
I think Tasha, unfortunately for Andrew, because Andy's a really good boy, and so Tasha's a great girl too, but I think Tasha has a safe option with Andy. So she always knows that Andy's going to be there for her no matter what in that Villa, because he has genuine feelings for her and he really likes her. But you can tell Tasha is just not into him. And I feel like if I had put a little bit more pressure on Tasha to get to know me a bit better and get to know her, that could have maybe ended the relationship. Equally with Charlie when he came in. I think Charlie kind of fell towards Ekin, but had he wanted to get to know Tasha a little bit more and really pushed harder, that could have easily have gone the other way as well. So I think on the outside, unfortunately to say, that will not last.
Do you think that's anything to do with him sucking tits?
Well, I think if anything, that made her like him more. Weirdly, I really believe that.
Yeah, licking the tit or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, it could do. I mean, maybe if he licked Tasha's tits, I don't know. Listen, in the bedroom, Andy's a horny guy. That's all I'll say. A horny guy.
Really?
He
does bits actually.
He's under the duvet.
He's the duvet. He's the duvet himself. Just out of interest, mate, have you watched back the scene where you're crawling on the balcony yet?
Yeah, I duck walked, but yeah.
Duck walked.
Oh yeah. Semantics. No, you did actually, yeah.
Because
you were just doing an exercise,
yeah,
mate.
He's got too much lower body core strength.
Yeah,
he had to just do some sort of gorilla row or whatever.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
a great centre of gravity.
Well, yeah, like when I watched it back, I could see in my thought process too when Ekin said, duck, and I thought, oh, this is what's going on here? Like a bit shady. Yeah. And then I said, I don't know but I did say it's like Mission Impossible trying to get to Ekin at the corner of the balcony. It's quite fun.
Perhaps you're going to be the next Tom Cruise, Jay.
Oh, I wish.
And before you go, mate, do you think there's any chance you might couple up with anyone from the show on the outside?
Good question. I think on the outside, it'd be interesting to see what everyone's like and, if there's actually, compatibility and obviously a physical attraction's there because everyone's so good looking in there. But yeah, maybe getting to know Paige if she's still single.
There's a lot of people picking Paige up from the airport right now.
So you can join, who's it we say? Jack? Adam. Pretty much everybody in the villa.
Yeah.
So it will just be a long line of cars at the airport
It's
waiting
a tour
for Paige.
bus.
In fact, I might go and wait for Paige.
Let's all go.
Yeah.
Let's
we're
make a
all gonna
day of
go.
it.
All right, well, meet us there then, Jay. Thank you so much for joining us on our Under the Duvet special. We are so excited to find out what on earth you're doing in Mallorca, but I guess we'll have to wait and see you on the outside to get the true tea.
I can't wait.
Jay, good luck in Mallorca.
Thank you, mate.
See you soon.
Thanks a lot, guys, for having me. Thank you.